Good evening, I'm Adrienne Arsenault. Andrew is away. Tonight, new rules if you're coming into Canada.
Canada is continuing to take strong action to limit the spread of COVID-19 in our country.
Ottawa warns travelers, if you choose to leave the country, find a place to get tested before you come home. Also tonight, Ontario's premier under fire.
I should have said, get your backside back into Ontario.
As his finance minister makes his way home from a Caribbean holiday. What the premier knew when and what's next. Plus, rewind.
This is probably the worst I've seen here.
From the moments you might have forgotten to stories that changed everything. A special look back at all 2020 gave and took.
Holy smokes, that's a big wasp. People are panicking over toilet paper?
This is The National. 2020 was defined by the pandemic. So many of the important dates now seared in our memories. But the COVID nightmare didn't begin in 2020. It was a year ago, today, in 2019, that doctors in China were watching a strange new illness and realizing something bad was happening. None of us could have imagined what that illness would do to us, how it would change our world. And even with vaccines now bringing hope, the changes keep coming. Today, the federal government announced a new rule for anyone from anywhere flying into Canada. So whether you are outside the country planning to come home or inside planning to leave, consider this an early warning. Very soon, you will need a negative COVID test to get back into Canada. David Thurton with what we know of the plan so far and what we don't.
Join us on our journey to the Royalton Riviera, Cancun.
Even with all the pandemic restrictions, sunny destinations are still tempting for Canadians. But today, the federal government got tough with travelers, bringing in tough new measures.
So somebody who's decided to go spend Christmas on a beach in the Caribbean, they've already decided to ignore the clear advice of public health authorities, federal and provincial, for many months. And now they will be required to procure the negative COVID test themselves.
Details today were scarce, but the government outlined one requirement, a negative PCR test, the so-called gold standard within 3 days of flying home. The rule could be enforced as early as next week.
I get a test every time I go away anywhere, so I make sure I'm safe. I'm just one of those OCD people.
Well, I'm from Barbados, and it's common knowledge to get the test before, like 72 hours before arriving.
The government says while the risk of imported COVID infections remains low, the measure is still needed.
We've determined that approximately 2% of all known COVID cases in Canada have originated from travel outside the country. 2% is very low, but it's still unacceptable.
Canada's two biggest provinces, Ontario and Quebec, which today both broke daily case count records, have been pushing the government to act. And while the provinces are happy, the airlines are not. An industry source speaking to CBC News on the condition of confidentiality says they were blindsided and weren't given notice about today's announcement ahead of time, adding the government hasn't really studied how easy it will be for Canadians to get a test abroad and what the rules will be around denying boarding. David Thurton, CBC News, Ottawa.
And meanwhile, anger is growing over Ontario Finance Minister Rod Phillips' decision to take a Caribbean holiday. Today, the federal safety minister was diplomatically disapproving.
Understand why we offer the very strong advice to avoid non-essential travel at this particular time. That it does represent a risk, and perhaps even an unacceptable risk.
Blair also emphasized that in addition to the incoming rules around testing, travelers must still self-isolate for 14 days upon their return, something Phillips has sworn to do, but he is not the only one taking heat over this trip now. Greg Ross has the latest on this story and what it means for the Premier.
I'm very upset. I'm very frustrated with the situation.
It was supposed to be a photo op celebrating the arrival of the new COVID-19 vaccines, but instead, the Premier faced tough questions about his finance minister.
It's unacceptable that anyone, any elected official, myself included, or anyone that gets up, ignores the rules and goes down to an island. It's unacceptable, and we're going to have a very tough conversation when he gets back.
The question many are asking now is if Rod Phillips will keep his job after it was revealed he traveled to St. Bart's for a holiday getaway despite constant public warnings from his own government to avoid non-essential travel.
During the holidays, hunker down.
The Premier apologized for not acting when he learned about the trip.
He never told anyone he was leaving, never told me he was leaving. I did call him shortly after he arrived, and I talked to him and asked where he was. He said he was away. At that time, I should have said, get your backside back into Ontario, and I didn't do that.
People canceled weddings and they canceled trips. Some people canceled their dream trip of a lifetime.
Opposition leader Andrea Horwath is demanding Phillips suffer severe consequences.
I think Mr. Phillips has to be taken out of cabinet.
Especially, she says, for these planned social media posts that went up over the holidays.
This very, very special but challenging holiday season.
I nearly fell off my chair when I saw that.
Ontario's Liberal Party shared this Zoom call streamed live 3 days after he left for St. Bart's. Phillips uses a virtual background of Queen's Park. This is not the only vacation Phillips has taken since the start of the pandemic. His office confirmed today that he also traveled to Switzerland in August for personal reasons. Greg Ross, CBC News, Toronto.
All that comes as Ontario's COVID-19 snapshot just gets dimmer. Today, the province broke more records. The number of cases reported in 1 day shot past 2,900 for the first time, though it's not yet clear if some of those are from earlier in the holidays. And 1,177 people are in hospital with the confirmed case of COVID-19. That is another all-time high. Now, you'll see why those numbers could get far worse if the timing of holiday celebrations gives the virus a boost. Magda Gebrselassie starts with the fight against COVID and the photo op Premier Doug Ford wanted to have.
So there's one for you.
Premier Doug Ford ushered in the arrival of another COVID vaccine in Ontario.
Moderna, thank you. This is going to save lives.
Ontario has received about 50,000 doses of the vaccine. It's touted as being easier to store and deliver than the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine. The new vials are locked, loaded, and ready to head out the door.
We are going to start offering vaccination with Moderna to residents of long-term care and high-risk retirement homes this week.
This comes on the heels of yet another record-setting day. There were nearly 3,000 new cases of COVID reported, a third of which were in Toronto.
It is now reasonable that we should brace for an extended period of potentially unsettling and discouraging numbers in terms of COVID-19 infections in Toronto.
And here's why. We know it takes days for the most contagious stage of the virus to set in. So if you were infected on Christmas Day, symptoms can show up 5 or 6 days later. That's around New Year, another time people gather. But even without symptoms, an infected person can be contagious.
I mean, the best thing I can say is please stay home.
This ICU physician says the healthcare system is struggling to keep up. Today, the province reported the highest numbers for hospitalizations and ICU admissions since the beginning of the pandemic.
If things continue to get worse, there may well be a scenario where it will be too much for us to handle. The healthcare system is on the brink.
He said the introduction of another vaccine is welcome news in the long run. But in the short term, people need to stay vigilant and stay in. This as the province reaches out to expand its vaccination program.
And I have confidence in our team that we'll make sure these vaccines get into people's arms immediately.
So, Magda, the Premier says he's full of confidence, but the province has fielded so much criticism for the vaccine rollout this week. Can you tell us more about some of the challenges there?
Well, remember, the province is already supposed to try to get through 90,000 doses of the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine. But as of today, only 21,000 doses have been administered. And all along this week, we've been hearing from doctors that things haven't been moving fast enough. And then, of course, you've got the Moderna vaccine here now, about 50,000 doses there. And there are some that are wondering whether maybe this rollout plan needs to be reworked and sped up so that these vaccines can be used as quickly as possible. Adrian?
All right, Magda, thanks very much.
You're welcome.
Quebec also set a record today. The province reported more than 2,500 cases. That is the highest in the pandemic. It also reported 41 deaths, 10 from the last 24 hours. There are more than 1,200 Quebecers in hospital. There's some good news for Canada's north. The Moderna vaccine has arrived in all 3 territories. About 6,000 doses were delivered to Nunavut today. Officials say they hope to start vaccinations over the next 2 weeks. Restrictions have been increasing in the United Kingdom, with 20 million more people in England facing stricter lockdown rules. Effective tomorrow morning, most of the country will be in what's called Tier 4, which means non-essential shopping is banned, along with gatherings with those outside the household. Prime Minister Boris Johnson made the announcement as the UK recorded another 50,000 new cases. But Britain has another weapon tonight against COVID-19. As Farah Morali tells us, the UK has approved the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine.
As the sun rose over London, many awoke to a dose of good news.
The approval of the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine, it brings forward the date at which we're going to bring this pandemic to an end.
4 weeks after the approval of the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine, Oxford AstraZeneca was given the green light by UK regulators today.
The MHRA's approval has been reached following a thorough and scientifically rigorous review of all the evidence of safety.
Well, I think it's a game changer because it's a vaccine which can be distributed easily.
It's cheaper and easier to transport than the Pfizer-BioNTech and Moderna vaccines and doesn't need to be stored at ultra-cold temperatures. It's shown to be 70% effective versus Moderna and Pfizer, which boast closer to 95%.
70% is a smaller number than 95, but when it comes to vaccines, it's still a fantastic number.
Experts say 70% is higher than flu vaccines, and comparing efficacy numbers is tricky.
These vaccines have been trialed independently, and so it is unfair. It is not possible actually to put them head to head.
UK regulators are recommending a booster 4 to 12 weeks after the first dose. The government says it'll prioritize getting as many people as possible a single shot, and everyone will get a second shot within 12 weeks. Officials are in a race against the virus. Cases have doubled in the UK in the last 2 weeks, and pressure is mounting on hospitals. Just today, tighter restrictions were brought in.
On the plus side, we've got 2 valid vaccines, and we're racing, as I say, to get them out. On the downside, there is a new strain of the virus which is spreading much faster.
So while 2021 will be rung in with more optimism, the difficult days aren't over yet. Farah Morali, CBC News, London.
Canada has agreed to buy 20 million doses of the AstraZeneca vaccine pending approval. It is still under review.
There are a number of packets of data that still need to arrive, and as soon as we get the data, we'll be reviewing with the same process that we reviewed Moderna and Pfizer, with a rolling regulatory review, so that we can assess that data as quickly as it comes in.
So just keep in mind, the AstraZeneca vaccine is one of 7 Canada signed on to purchase. So let's bring in infectious disease specialist Dr. Suman Chakrabarti. So, doctor, this gets a bit confusing. We know the AstraZeneca vaccine is different from the 2 that have been approved here already, the Pfizer, BioNTech, and Moderna. Can you walk us basically through those differences?
Yeah, so all 3 of these vaccines actually do the same thing. They give genetic instructions to your cells to make a protein that you make an immune response to. The big difference is that the AstraZeneca one uses an inactivated viral particle to get that instruction into your cells, which is different with the other 2 vaccines, Pfizer and Moderna, that use a nanoparticle. The other big difference is it's an advantage as well that the AstraZeneca one does not require any specialized cold storage, which really gives it an advantage to be able to portable it around the country.
Okay, so that would be helpful. As we heard, Health Canada is still waiting for more data. We know AstraZeneca had to redo some of its clinical trials. So what do you want to know about this vaccine before it's approved here?
I think a couple of big questions still in my mind is, first of all, I want to get to the bottom of this idea that the initial incorrect dose was given for the first part, and then it somehow made a vaccine efficacy that was much higher, and also the optimal dosing intervals. They're talking about 4 weeks, but also 12 weeks, and it's important that we know what the optimal one is. And this is going to be borne out in the data. We want to make sure there's no big methodological flaws here. And overall, once we see that, if it's good, then I think this would be a good vaccine to have as a part of our toolbox.
Okay, Doctor, thank you very much once again.
Thanks for having me.
Next on the National, when Ukrainian Airlines Flight 752 was shot out of the sky in January, 176 people lost their lives. Now, cash compensation is being offered to their families.
Well, it is a slap in the face.
Why some of them won't take the money. A look back on the year that changed everything.
People are panicking over toilet paper?
The moments that stuck and some you may have forgotten.
A small town in Newfoundland, a town known as Dildo.
2020 was supposed to be fantastic for Dildo, Newfoundland.
We were all ramping up and getting excited about the coming season.
Why the town is now hoping for a post-COVID comeback. We are back in 2. At least 22 people are dead, dozens wounded after that explosion at the airport in the Yemeni city of Aden. The blast was captured on live television, as was the death of a journalist who was in the middle of a report as a new Saudi-backed cabinet returned to Yemen. The government is blaming Houthi rebels who control the capital and most of northern Yemen. Nearly a year after Ukraine International Airlines Flight 752 was shot down over Iran, killing 176 people, most of them with ties to Canada, Iran is offering compensation to the victims' families. Jayla Bernstein now with why many here say they don't want it.
We're missing them, especially this time of the year.
Armin Moratab lost his twin brother and sister-in-law when Flight 752 went down. The same day, a letter approving their permanent residency in Canada arrived, but they never made it home.
The feeling that I cannot see him anymore, it's like, wow, it's impossible.
He sees Iran's offer of compensation, about $190,000 per victim, as hush money.
Okay, we did this, we killed your beloved ones, we don't do any investigation, and now we pay money to you to be silenced.
After at first denying any wrongdoing, the Iranian government eventually admitted the plane was shot down by its military, which mistook it for a threat amid tensions with the U.S. The international community says a lot of questions remain unanswered.
They have not conducted this investigation in a way that is complete or impartial.
Today, Canada's Foreign Affairs Minister said in a statement that there is a group of coordinated countries negotiating with Iran for compensation as well as for an accounting of events. Those negotiations, he says, are the best way to hold Iran accountable. So far, he says, Iran has not made any formal offers to any countries. Today's announcement, made on Iranian state TV, was well received by some.
That's something that Shahab's family was considering as a good move.
Hamidreza Zahidi lost his friend Shahab Rana on the flight.
They weren't even aware of this compensation plan as of this morning, and I was sharing this information with them.
For others, the money's insulting.
Well, it is a slap in the face.
His fiancée was killed on the flight.
As far as I know, any family members I have talked to in Iran or around the world, no one is looking for financial settlement with Iran. They're looking to know the truth.
Truth the federal government says it will continue to fight for. Jayla Bernstein, CBC News, Montreal.
2020 will be in the rear-view mirror very soon, and for many of us, that cannot happen fast enough.
Holy smokes, that's a big wasp.
From protests to the pandemic, wildfires to snowstorms, we take a look back at the long, weird year it's been. But in a dark 2020, some of you have had moments of hope and light, and we'll have that too coming up.
As people around the world celebrated New Year's Eve 12 months ago, a new global threat emerged. Since that moment, the COVID-19 pandemic has taken so many lives and caused massive disruption to families, societies, and economies all over the world.
That was the head of the WHO today in a New Year's message that is also an anniversary statement, because today marks 1 year since the first memo from officials in Wuhan, China, about a new illness. The numbers since, jaw-dropping. 1.8 million people dead, 82 million reported cases and climbing, affecting at least 217 countries and territories on every continent. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus. When we look back at 2020, COVID-19 will probably be the first thing that comes to mind, but it wasn't the only story that changed the world this year. Tonight, we take a good long look back at a remarkable 12 months in our Rewind.
So with a bang, 2020 begins.
Even for a place that's well used to tough winters, this storm is hitting hard.
This is probably the worst I've seen here.
Pretty brutal.
A state of emergency all over town, but still there's an upside to balance the down.
Down the asphalt,
Australia looks apocalyptic.
It was just a big red glow and it was roaring.
If you can leave, you must leave.
We just wanted to stay together and it was scary.
Tehran has just taken responsibility for the downing of Ukrainian International Flight 752.
No single incident has taken so many Canadian lives since the Air India disaster in 1985.
The fact that they got shot by the government is even more painful. I don't know how to explain my anger.
China is reporting a big increase in pneumonia caused by a new coronavirus, most of them in the central city of Wuhan.
What can I say? He was an incredible man.
He's a legend to me, and to have this happen, it hurts my heart, man.
How about this moment? Oh my goodness. What can be going through your mind?
This guy's playing with me right now, like I'm going in.
The 42-year-old who survived a kidney transplant has now lived his dream of playing in the NHL.
Harvey Weinstein arrived in court, a fallen titan of Hollywood. By midday, he was led out in handcuffs, a convicted sexual offender and rapist.
It's not any longer going to be business as usual.
Land defenders, as they call themselves, have been blocking access to the site for months. Police set up their own blockade to screen anyone else wanting to go in.
But we do have a right to be on our territory.
A blockade along train tracks in Hamilton disrupted mass transit in the region. Then in Toronto, more solidarity protests popped up across the country.
COVID-19 has now been detected in at least 31 countries outside of China.
We have to be prepared for a scenario where there's more widespread transmission throughout the world.
In northern Italy, dozens of towns are under lockdown, streets deserted and shops shut down.
This is the first major outbreak in Europe.
There are at least 65 new cases, including one Canadian reported on board the Diamond Princess cruise ship.
We feel like we're sitting duck, we're sitting here, and people who are not even sick is going to be sick.
COVID-19 can be characterized as a pandemic.
Empty shelves, lineups that keep going.
Stupid. The people are panicking over toilet paper?
They are. Avoid mass gatherings and limit interactions. The warnings from health officials have become more urgent.
A window to flatten the curve of the epidemic is narrow. We all need to act now.
Enough is enough. Go home and stay home.
COVID-19's impact on Canada is getting wider.
And so 5 provinces are under states of emergency tonight: Ontario, Alberta, and BC, PEI, and Quebec.
I want to give them that moment of happiness, at least for them to forget about sort of this whole crisis that's happening.
We know that the most vulnerable to the virus are the elderly.
The Quebec government says nearly half of the deaths from COVID-19 have been in long-term care homes. One described being in a room with 20 infected residents, with instructions to simply try and keep the patients alive.
Outside so many care homes now, signs of remembrance, of gratitude, and of warning.
Why don't they bring the army or do something?
Today, the Prime Minister said help is coming from 125 members of the armed forces who have medical training.
Reinforcements have arrived in Ontario to help in the battle against COVID-19 in long-term care homes.
It is cautiously tempting to see clearer skies as healthy skies. Hard to resist hoping for a silver lining in the busy oceans turned silent, for example.
The calm of Sunday morning in rural Nova Scotia pierced by sirens. The chase for a gunman who left untold devastation in his wake.
There's a person down there with a gun. They're still looking for him.
They got him on lockdown. They're going for him right now.
When it ended, he was dead, and so were at least 16 others, including an RCMP officer.
Today is a devastating day for Nova Scotia.
This happens. We got to rally together as people and loved ones in the community and just show everybody that, you know, bad things happen, but we're still good people over there, right?
They're nicknamed the Murder Hornet.
My reaction was, holy smokes, that's a big wasp.
Oh, look at her.
No! No!
Holy shit.
The pilot, Captain Richard McDougall, landed on this rooftop but is expected to survive. Captain Jen Casey also managed to eject from the plane, but she was killed.
Please, I can't breathe. What we saw was a black man who was lynched.
George Floyd's name has ignited a country.
Why we gotta go through this? Why we gotta have all this pain, man?
People in Canada have taken to the streets to show their solidarity and to call attention to problems here.
We think that because we're Canadian and we're nice, it doesn't happen here, but it actually does.
And tonight we're hearing allegations of violence by Canadian police against Indigenous people. In Alberta, an investigation has been launched after a chief says he was beaten and arrested by the RCMP.
There's so much excitement about being Canadian, but there's so much disgrace with that too.
Happy Canada Day.
At 153 years on, a Canada Day like no other.
It's pretty surreal, but it's good. People are trying to be safe.
Travel plans on pause. Life in general has slowed down too.
Being there for those milestone moments that, you know, we may not have been there for had we been working all the time.
Thank you, We Day, for this warm welcome.
Earlier this week, defending WE's role administering a $900 million student service grant program.
Obviously, the way this situation has unfolded has been unfortunate.
It comes after a cascade of questions. The Trudeau's personal connections to WE.
It is time for the Prime Minister to come clean.
Canadians do have more than politics and the pandemic on their minds tonight. NHL hockey has finally returned, something to celebrate in a year with so few reasons to cheer.
And he scores! Joy and relief that finally some semblance of life has returned.
And we are underway at the Trop, and the NBA is back.
A stunning contrast of calm and elegance, and then overwhelming chaos.
A massive mushroom-like cloud and a shockwave causing a powerful blast.
It felt like an out-of-body experience because you almost felt death.
Officials are blaming the blast on highly explosive material stored in the port.
Video on Sunday captured a police officer shooting him multiple times in the back as his sons, ages 3, 5, and 8, sat inside the van.
If George Floyd wasn't clear enough, today we stand before you with another one.
If we do this unified as a league, it looks different.
We are being told now here that the Bucks have boycotted this game.
An unprecedented moment in professional sports.
We're calling for justice for Jacob Blake.
We're the ones getting killed. We're the ones getting shot. All you do is keep hearing about fear.
And it's now spreading beyond basketball. A number of Major League Baseball games also boycotted.
In the season, which began with George Floyd's murder and ended with the police shooting of Jacob Blake, Black Americans are saying enough is enough.
While his influence extended far beyond Hollywood, it resonated particularly with Black actors. Bozeman spoke about the inequality in the industry.
We all know what it's like to be told that there is not a place for you to be featured.
A powerful voice silenced too soon.
Across California, 24 wildfires have residents on edge and on the move.
Everything as far as you could see was burned. It wasn't just like a little fire. It actually looked like Armageddon.
The worst wildfire season in California's history.
Prepare for evacuation.
One fire was caused by a pyrotechnics machine at a gender reveal party.
Thank you.
Catherine O'Hara. Eugene Levy.
Oh my goodness, this tent's on fire.
Schitt's Creek.
Schitt's Creek, the little Canadian show that could won every comedy award at last night's Emmys.
Oh my goodness.
I'm hoping I just have fun, even with the fact that we're dealing with a global pandemic.
Schools have a very different look and feel, from hand sanitizer to limits on the number of kids allowed in the bathroom at once.
It's better for the safety of elderly people, and I think that's really responsible for people who are wearing masks.
I'm nervous about catching the virus and spreading it to my siblings.
The fight for women's equality in the United States wasn't just Ruth Bader Ginsburg's life's work. She lived the struggle.
She saw injustice in the world. She fought it.
Also known as the notorious RBG.
I think a lot of us need hope, and she gave us a lot of it.
If you don't think something is right, it's okay to dissent it.
The many tributes to Canada's 17th Prime Minister made clear he may have spent a mere 79 days in office, but the longtime MP left his mark on political discourse.
I think I'm doing very well.
It was an extraordinary image. Marine One carrying the president sick with COVID-19 to Walter Reed Medical Center.
At this time, the team and I are extremely happy with the progress the president has made.
So much for strict COVID isolation.
Now they say I'm immune. I feel so powerful. I'll walk into that audience.
The president knows Americans have COVID fatigue, and he's using it as part of his campaign.
It didn't have to be this bad to begin with if the president just did his job.
It was perhaps the culmination of rising tension.
People could have died last night.
They slashed the tires. I watched one guy pee in the driver's seat of my truck.
The Sebeganegati ban launched its own fishery outside the commercial season. The Supreme Court of Canada affirmed their right 21 years ago, but no rules were established as to how that should be implemented. That's led to standoffs on the wharf for weeks.
The people of this nation have spoken.
Just a few of the scenes across the United States after yesterday's election win for Joe Biden.
We've won with the most votes ever cast for a presidential ticket in the history of the nation.
A Canadian who educated and entertained millions with his polished and unexpected sense of humor. The answer, who is Alex Trebek?
We have seen the second wave of COVID-19 washing over parts of the country, watching case counts rise, and now officials are starting to see early signs of strain on hospitals.
In the last few days, cases at long-term care homes have spiked dramatically.
I'm afraid that we are going to see the catastrophic loss of life that we saw in the spring.
Act now to protect public health.
But you know, you never think the virus will come to your house.
While the first wave of this virus spared Manitoba's First Nations, a recent spike in cases has been devastating.
This is a critical milestone in our fight against COVID-19.
After a grim and grueling year, finally, some hope. The largest vaccination program in Canada's history can begin.
Gisèle Levesque, the moment she became the first person in Canada to get the COVID-19 vaccine.
The first shots for frontline health workers in Ontario.
I'm excited. The nation's been under trauma, so I see this as the first step forward into the light.
This has been a marathon, and we are nearing the finish line.
The road has been dark, and it's been long. And while it's not over, not yet, there is this, the magic of light and the hope that lies in it.
Oh, it's so magical. Like, I can't control my emotions today. Look at all the love that's being dropped off at the hospital.
Like, there's another side, right? The other side is coming. We just have to keep trucking along, and as long as we do it together, we're gonna get through it.
Just because you're down doesn't mean you can't go up.
All that in 1 year. 2020 has taught us to grab the good news when it comes. So we want to share some great news about Jillian McIntosh. She is a BC mom we first told you about last month. She got very sick with COVID in November when she was pregnant and soon needed to be put into an induced coma. Her baby was born via emergency C-section. She didn't find out it was a boy until a couple of weeks ago when she was eased awake. Well, today she revealed she is now out of hospital, released on Christmas Eve. She's still recovering and needs a walker and cane to get around. But she says being with her family is the very best gift she could have received. Up next, Florida's vaccine rollout is first come, first served, so you can guess what's happening there.
We've been here since 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon.
Unbelievable lineups alongside big promises from U.S. health officials. And why this little tree in Saskatoon has inspired some big kindness. Welcome back. There's some sad news from the entertainment world tonight. Gilligan's Island star Dawn Wells died today following complications with COVID-19.
Oh, Mr. Howard, you've got to help. It's Gilligan, Skipper, and the professor. They've gone island happy.
Wells rose to fame in that popular 60s sitcom playing Mary Ann Summers. Her publicist said she died peacefully at a residential facility in Los Angeles. She was 82 years old. The United States today has 2 confirmed cases of the highly contagious variant of the coronavirus. The first, a member of the National Guard who was deployed to help contain an outbreak at this Colorado nursing home. Overall, today, at least 234,000 people tested positive in the U.S. But while vaccines to fight COVID-19 have been available for weeks, getting shots into arms across that country has been slow going. And as Katie Simpson shows us, there is plenty of demand.
Lineups at Florida's COVID vaccine centers regularly reach capacity well before they even open. The state's first come, first served approach for seniors and at-risk healthcare workers is drawing huge crowds.
We have been so isolated that I had such an emotional reaction to getting this thing, because it's like getting your get out of jail card free.
Some people are even camping out overnight for their chance at a shot.
Well, we've been here since 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon.
Been like a little family. We kind of wave at each other and watch if someone has to leave for a moment.
The lineups are not ideal, nor are they necessarily surprising. Huge demand, limited supply, along with a slower than expected rollout process, despite earlier assurances from the Trump administration.
20 million vaccinations this month, and then we think we'll be up to 50 million total vaccinations of people by the end of January.
The U.S. is nowhere near its projection of 20 million shots in arms by the end of the year. Just over 2 million Americans have been vaccinated so far, though 14 million doses have been distributed.
Vaccine allocations or uptake usually starts out a little slow, and then it increases exponentially and very rapidly.
Despite the slower start, government officials say the U.S. is still on track to get most Americans access to a vaccine by the end of April. Distribution can't happen fast enough, according to frontline workers in long-term care homes.
This right now is the only true hope we have of being able to lift some of the visitation restrictions. It could be a lifesaver.
The urgent need for a vaccine has never been more apparent in this country. More than 3,700 people died yesterday, a new daily COVID death record for the United States. Katie Simpson, CBC News, Washington.
The pandemic has certainly meant hopes and plans for 2020 were put on pause, including those of a Newfoundland town with an unusual name. How Dildo, Newfoundland is hoping to hang on to its talk show notoriety and translate that into much-needed tourism dollars. But first, as 2020 comes to an end, we've asked you to share some of the moments that have made this year okay, maybe even one worth celebrating. We call it Take That 2020. And tonight, a family rejoices a new addition.
Hi, I'm Tara Sadam. This is Ivy, Asher, and Kai. And our 2020 bright spot was when my husband and I welcomed our 4th child, Nora Rose. She was born on February 20th, which is 3 weeks before the first lockdown. And that meant that schools were closed and we were home together. It was hard. We didn't have parents over to help, but we were together. She had a wonderful first few months of life because she got to have her siblings and her dad and her mom. In the end, it was a hard year, but we wouldn't change it for the world. Happy New Year to everyone.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Welcome back. People in Dildo, Newfoundland plan to welcome the world in 2020. What began with a joke about its name by talk show host Jimmy Kimmel turned into weeks of free publicity. And then, of course, the pandemic hit. Chris O'Neill Yates finds out how they coped with dashed dreams.
So we left our jobs, well-paying jobs, and we said, let's start fresh.
For Sulagna Sanyal and her husband, Rajesh Menon, starting fresh meant moving from Fort McMurray, Alberta to Dildo, Newfoundland. Last summer, they opened the first Indian restaurant there after Jimmy Kimmel put the town on the tourist map.
Moments from now, I will find out if I will be named the first ever mayor of a small town in Newfoundland, a town known as Dildo. That is the real name.
For 3 weeks in 2019, the talk show host had fun with the town and its amusing name. Kimmel's sidekick Guillermo even visited. It was the kind of advertising money just can't buy. This year, Dildo's biggest problem was supposed to be how to handle all the visitors.
Before the pandemic, everybody was expecting that there will be a lot of people.
It's been a very different year.
Angie Reed thought she'd have droves of American tourists descending on her microbrewery.
We were all ramping up and getting excited about the coming season. So yeah, I mean, it was a letdown for sure.
But when the virus restrictions were lifted on the island, businesses did reopen, and Newfoundlanders started taking in-province vacations.
Oh, it's been a roller coaster ride for sure. I mean, we started in August. The staycation was just rolling in because of the COVID. The traveling was almost dead, but with staycation NL, it did get revived.
Now they're waiting for the tourists from farther away.
Hopefully we get back to some type of normal with vaccines and travel will pick up again.
Residents are even hoping Kimmel himself will show up here one day. If that happens, Menon just may have a bone to pick with him.
That we should ask Jimmy Kimmel to pay 20%. Because of him, I think we ended up paying 20% more for the house.
So what started as a comedian's gag was really no joke. And soon people from this town could finally be laughing all the way to the bank. Chris O'Neill Yates, CBC News, Dildo, Newfoundland.
On a scenic Saskatoon walking trail, you might come across something unexpected this winter. How this diminutive tree has brought the community together in a show of generosity. It started as one man's small act of holiday cheer, and then it snowballed. Alan Wickstrom came up with the idea to decorate a tree along a Saskatoon river back in 2019. He did the same thing again this year, but this time he wasn't alone. That's our moment.
This is a walk I do, and I've been doing it probably now for 10, 15 years. And I thought, well, it's such a beautiful walk along here. One day I just, I think there was a bauble in the car, and I just thought, well, I'll take it with me. And I just started doing it, and the idea grew from there, and I just kept adding one every day till we had a Christmas decoration tree. Week before Christmas, right underneath the tree were two big bags that had a jacket in each size, and someone had labeled them extra large and Merry Christmas. They stayed there for a couple days, and just before Christmas they disappeared. So I hope somebody that needed them took them away. When you see that the Christmas spirit, if you will, that sense of giving, and when the presents started occurring under the tree, that was even more special.
It wasn't just presents along with the coats. There were occasional, apparently, envelopes of money left for people in need. He says that of all the things that we don't want to repeat next year, a tradition like this is one he wouldn't mind repeating. That is a national for Wednesday, December 30th. It's almost over. Good night.